Hello and welcome to Lemieux Reviews, where we bring you the stories you may not yet have heard of. My name is Lemieux, and today we are bringing you part 4 of 5 of Behold Behemoth. As these stories have gone on, the series has only seemed to ramp up and gotten more exciting as we go along. I hope you enjoy this new issue and follow along for more. Issue 4 is created by Nick Robles and Tate Bromble. Distributed by Boom Studios, this cover is a very well depicted showing of yin and yang within the character Ren, the child and the monster occupying the one body. We open with the origins of Ren, the birth and the normalcy of a child's life, her first steps to birthdays and games, being tucked in at night, and the nightmares of the young. And then, as time goes on, turning to the loss of her parents, to the awful foster home where she had come to harm, and where she meets Grayson, who reports the abuse. But before she can be removed from the home, something calls out to her. It is the behemoth reaching out to her, taking up residency in her soul, and wanting to be unleashed upon the world. And Ren awakens from her coma, after transforming to and from her behemoth form. Every time she becomes a behemoth, she falls unconscious for longer and longer periods of time. Across from her, Grayson sits, lurking in the darkness of his hood, a foul mood having taken him. And we see how long and far Grayson traveled by himself while being hunted by the military the entire time, close calls plaguing him along every corner, and the dark mood taking him. Ren tries to lighten the mood and look on the bright side of things, but Gray loses it, blaming Ren for everything and having to intervene, bringing down the eyes of the government on them. He tied her to a tree so she couldn't run off again. Grayson snaps, starts screaming at Ren, frightening her, before catching himself as she cowers. He walks away, and she threatens to change again, and he warns her that maybe she won't wake up this time if she did, and he leaves her there sobbing alone. Back before the fall, in Kavita's kitchen, having what passes for a normal breakfast, Grayson tries to make Ren feel better. After the ordeal, a stark contrast to how he acted in the future. The rest of the surviving police force finally find what had happened at their station and now are on the hunt. The group now getting prepared to run north and find a location constantly moving called the Hidden Place. Kavita tries to rally them, but Grayson starts to freak out, his addiction getting the better of him, as he starts to beg once more, needing his med. Back after the fall, we see the military's leader from the city, haunted by the voices of the past, and those they have lost. Called back to the present, where they talk about the day demons rained down and took people, they still hunt our main characters, who are fugitives from the government. Outside, Gray makes contact with the soldiers, taking out one patrol after another, as the leader listens to them fall over the radio. Ren reaches out to the behemoth, trying to make contact. Grayson takes down more and more soldiers, scaring the military leaders, who thought that they had the two on the defense and on the run, unsure how they had turned things around on them. The behemoth answers her, appearing before her as a gentle giant, comforting her in her time of need. Grayson sits in a room, packing, having found a picture of his lost brother. Kavita walks in on him, explaining that Ren had fallen back asleep, the burden of the behemoth not meant for a child, and the power adversely affecting Grayson as well. That his new abilities and link to Ren are hurting him, where for Kavita it was the opposite, a liberating and exhilarating experience, like holding the sun in your hands. Kavita believes the whole system is broken, that unless something is done, the world will fall apart. We find out that when Liam was the behemoth, it ended up killing him, thus creating the first instance where the behemoth killed its scourge. Bouncing back and forth from future to past, we have Grayson finding out his brother died from being attacked by the behemoth, and Kavita trying to tell him that she tried to warn him about it. We have Grayson going back and meeting back up with Ren. Back to her telling him the behemoth killed Liam. To Ren and Grayson making up after their fight. To Grayson having a horrible time trying to cope with the fact that he's just learned this horrible news. And back to the future, where Grayson tells Ren she really needs to stop talking to the behemoth in her head. The behemoth, according to her, is corrupted and needs to be dealt with like a disease, keeping the girl alive so the behemoth can't run to a different host. At the present, we see the person who has been chasing them all this time fly past the military's command post. Kavita says to get rid of the behemoth personally, once and for all, is that the little girl and the behemoth both have to end. We then find out that it was Kavita the whole time chasing Grayson and Ren across the country.
And that is part 4 of 5 of Behold Behemoth. This comic leaves us on a cliffhanger in its final pages, setting us up for a showdown between the former shepherd and the current, with Ren and the behemoth's lives in the middle. If the duo manage to reach their goal first, will they be able to fix the world? Will Kavita and the military stop them before they can? I really like the dedicated pages to the behemoth and Ren, really giving us some detail to the character designs, and fleshing out the side characters and their motivations for doing what they do and why they are willing to go to such great lengths to get the main characters. The switch up for Kavita was unexpected, going from protector and maybe future mentor to someone with ulterior motives to do harm. And now we just have to wait and see how they pull it all together for the series conclusion next week. This has been Lemieux Reviews. My name is Lemieux. I hope you enjoyed our review, and you like, share, subscribe, and follow for more. If you like this, please leave a comment down below. We'll see you next week.